guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, me once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. This time is going to be on Memory. Now, Memory follows Alex Lewis, played by Liam Neeson, an expert assassin with a reputation for discreet precision, caught in a moral quagmire. Not like Quagmire from Family Guy. But Alex refuses to complete a job that violates his code and must quickly hunt down and kill the people who hired him before they and FBI agent Vincent Sarah, played by Guy Pearce, find him first. Alex is built for revenge, but with a memory that is beginning to falter, he is forced to question his every action, blurring the line between right and wrong. Now, this movie stars Liam Neeson, and he starred in another movie a few months ago called Blacklight. You guys didn't see Blacklight. I mean, I saw it. It was dreadful. But this movie, was it better than Blacklight? Just by a teeny tiny grain of sand. Obviously, that's not saying much because this movie wasn't good. It really, really wasn't good. But there is a little bit of things that I did like it more. Specifically one. And it's that they were able to get away with a lot more violence because this was R-rated. But even the violence was... Okay, so there are some brief spoilers, but this movie, at some parts, feels like a cartoon. The opening scene, we see him kill a man right in front of his mother, and I'm not sure if he was supposed to be a criminal or what. They don't explain it very well. There's a lot of times where they try explaining this whole thing, but it was just a big, giant mess. And the writing was just... It was poorly written, like some of the dialogue and the way they use swearing in all these sentences. Obviously, no problem with swearing, obviously, but when it's done in such a poor way, it's just, is this the best they got? The line delivery and the dialogue, and the fact that it's combining it with violent imagery. Like, we've seen Liam Neeson do stuff like this in other movies. This is just like how I mentioned in Blacklight. Despite the fact that this is R-rated, they're able to get away with a little more violence, but like I said, they're ridiculous. Like, there's this one scene where Liam Neeson walks to a bar, he wants this one guy to leave, and he just bangs his head against the the bar or the bar counter or something, and he just leaves. Like, you couldn't have just said, get out of here or something, but yeah. And there are times where this movie just felt so dull and lifeless. These other characters, when Liam Neeson is not on screen, just feel absolutely dull, and I'm like, I really don't care. But despite the fact that Liam Neeson is supposed to be the main target for this movie, he dies in the last 15 minutes of the movie, and at that point, you're just not going to care anymore. Yeah, I'm spoiling, but you know what? I don't care. When it comes to a movie that I did enjoy, I just have to spoil some things. And this movie, honestly, I didn't have any popcorn with me. Like, I usually always get popcorn when I see movies, but I really should have bought popcorn because this is something that I feel like needed popcorn, but I'm trying to save money for other things right now. But, I mean, Mother's Day is coming up. But, yeah, even the editing, too, and all the, like, I don't know how to put it, like, I guess like I mentioned before, the action just, it felt more funny than it did entertaining. I mean, entertaining and funny are supposed to be the same thing. The best way I can describe it is that it isn't very serious. I mean, sometimes seriousness can be a bad thing, but it tries to go for a more serious route, but it just came off as ridiculous. And sometimes it can be ridiculously funny, but at the same time, it just felt ridiculously stupid. And I don't think that's what they were going for. The sad thing is, this is directed by Martin Campbell, who's the director of my favorite James Bond film, Casino Royale. And the fact that he's made better movies than this is really saying a lot. Liam Neeson has made far better movies than this. But even though this was slightly better than Blacklight, I cannot say this is a recommendation. All in all, Memory is just another Liam Neeson action thriller that lacks the thrills and the originality that Liam Neeson really needed to star in. I mean, it's at the point where I'm just kind of giving up hope for the next great Liam Neeson action thriller because this is pretty much the same as Blacklight, but with more blood and more swearing and stuff like that, and boosting up the swearing and the blood doesn't equal an interesting story or interesting characters at all. It just makes for a bland time without the fun or originality. And despite the fact that the first Taken is PG-13, there was so much more that that movie was going for. That film pretty much made Liam Neeson a big action star. And the fact that they're trying to make so many other movies copy that formula, it just doesn't work. And this movie, I feel like, absolutely fails at it. And I do not think this movie is going to make a whole lot of money because who went and saw Blacklight? I mean, there are a bunch of reviewers out there that didn't even bother reviewing this movie, not even IGN. And that's saying something right there. I mean, they gave this movie a 6, but this movie is way worse than a 6 for me. You know what? It's okay that this movie sucked. I mean, I was on a roll of seeing so many great movies. I saw Everything Everywhere All at Once a second time. And then, of course, there was The Northman, Bad Guys, Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, Pompo the Cinephile. So that's okay. It's okay that this movie wasn't good. And on the bright side, we are getting Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So hopefully that will not suck. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.